Hello everyone. We are back with a new story. So, give rest to your eyes and enjoy this beautiful story of Snow White and the Good Witch. Let's start the story. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, a queen gives birth to a little baby girl. The girl was so beautiful, with a skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. They name her Snow White. Sadly, the queen dies after giving birth to her. Soon after, the king marries again. The stepmother envies Snow White, as she is the fairest maiden in the whole land. She hatches a plan. What she did? She tells the king that Snow White was going away to live with her aunt for some time. Then, what she did? Then she orders a huntsman to take Snow White to the forest, kill her, and bring her and leave her as a proof. The huntsman takes Snow White into the forest but is unable to kill her as he was loyal to the old queen. So he leaves her in the forest with a promise that she will never return to the palace. After wandering in the forest for days, Snow White discovers a tiny cottage. She knocks but finds no one at home. Since she was hungry, so she enters the cottage and eats some food from the kitchen. She looks around the house and finds the whole place is a mess. So she sets about tidying up the place. Soon, the birds and animals living in the forest join her and help her in her work. The cottage belongs to seven dwarfs. The cottage was of seven dwarfs. As evening falls, the dwarfs return home. They are surprised to find Snow White there. Who is she? After she tells them her story, they invite her to stay with them. Meanwhile, the evil stepmother discovered with the help of her magic mirror that Snow White is still alive and is living in the forest. She poisons an apple. What she did? She poisons an apple and dressed as farmer's wife goes to the dwarf's cottage and offers it to Snow White. Snow White takes a bite and falls into the eternal sleep. The dwarfs return and are surprised to find Snow White lying on the floor. They take Snow White to the good witch of the forest. The good witch places some herbs on Snow White's forehead and Snow White walks up. She tells the good witch all that happened with farmer's wife. The good witch looks into her mirror of truth and find out that it was actually the evil stepmother who was disguised as farmer's wife and poisoned Snow White. Along with Snow White, her seven dwarfs, the good witch goes to the palace and shows the king the truth in her mirror. The king is shocked and angry and throws the evil stepmother into the dungeon as a punishment. He decides to make Snow White the ruler of his kingdom. Snow White and her friends, the seven dwarfs, then live in the place happily ever after. Thank you for enjoying this beautiful story.